What's going on, Boiler Nation? It is Tuesday night. It's March 17th, 2026. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there. Hope everybody wore green at some point today. I got green underneath my hoodie, so I made sure I didn't get pinched today. If you believe in that sort of thing. But hopefully you had some, what is it? I didn't have it. So what's the staple St. Patrick's Day meal?
Corned beef and cabbage.
Yeah, there you go. So hopefully you had that if you like that.
More of a bangers and mash kind of guy.
Bangers and mash. Yeah, I would rather do that than the corned beef and hash.
Yeah.
Or corned beef and cabbage. But I'm Tannerly, Evan Webb, Aaron Lynch. We're all in the house. We're ready to talk about the 2026 Big Ten Tournament champion Purdue Boilermakers. Something I don't think any of us thought we'd be sitting here and saying. But kudos to Webby. He did have Purdue playing Michigan in the championship. I had us losing to Michigan State in the semis. Aaron had us losing to Nebraska on Friday. So we were all over the board. But the Boilers, 4 wins in 4 days and looked pretty good doing so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we talked about last week. Heck of a draw for the 7th, as for a lackluster regular season. But obviously it started off with the once again Purdue and Indiana not facing off in a Big Ten tournament because one or not both teams screwing it up this time. It was Indiana screwing it up, having to play Northwestern. Much different result than the first time these two teams played. Purdue just kind of handled them. Which was nice to see. And then they carried that over to Friday with, again, probably the most dominant game especially of Friday. All 4 games, 3 of the 4 games were within 4 points except for Purdue versus Nebraska. So that was a really pleasant surprise to see.
I was blown away that Mast did not show up again. That shocked me on Friday.
Yeah, I think Nebraska's starting to feel the pressure. Big time.
Yep.
Big time. I don't know if there's a team that has more pressure going in there. Of course, you're 1 seeds and stuff. But besides that, right. I don't know if there's another top 4 seed that has the pressure going into the first round like Nebraska does.
Yeah. And then you obviously catch a break with UCLA beating Michigan State. Because it was after the Nebraska game, it was a revenge tour, no matter who you played, because you had UCLA, Michigan State, both teams beat Purdue, and on the other side you had either Wisconsin, who obviously Purdue split with, but they still beat you at home, or Michigan. Get to Purdue, so it was going to be nice if you could get by some of those teams. You can extract a little revenge, and obviously caught a break with UCLA. A little bang with Bilodeau getting hurt against Michigan State, and then Donovan Dent being essentially taken out 10 minutes into the game. But credit to the team, third game in 3 days. Obviously Matt had to do a few things to try and keep some guys fresh for the next day, despite people's anger towards that. But obviously it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it worked out real well. Against Michigan, Purdue's the team playing their 4th straight game. Michigan playing 3, and Michigan looked like the team more winded than Purdue. So playing chess, not checkers.
I think that case on injury really reared its head in that game, and not having him. I think if he's there, it's a whole different ball game. And we saw what it was we saw what it was at Mackey. That's the thing. So not being able to spell Cadeau with that kind of elite guard play was I thought a big break.
Well, and Michigan didn't shoot 55% or whatever they shot the first time, so that helps too. Found out a little bit.
It does. I'll say Oscar Clough coming up big this weekend, and also Trey as well. But without Clough, I don't think we win that UCLA game, given how close it was. It was essentially locked that second half. It was just the first half we came out and played better.
I understand why they gave Braden most valuable player of the tournament, but I thought Oscar Clough deserved it more, to be honest.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Especially the fact that until Sunday, Braden just wasn't scoring. He was dishing out, 16 assists in some games, but just from a scoring standpoint, he just wasn't there. Just need to be there within 2. He just also wasn't finding a shot. going in. And I think that was obviously the biggest nice thing to see. What we're all kind of waiting for is all three seniors plus Clough, and even CJ played well too. But it looked like they were just locked in, all on the same page. I don't know if it was, common, if it was just, senior year go around desperation, or if it's, hey, they had I know one of our boys said maybe to come to Jesus moment after the regular season, after that loss to Wisconsin, if they, maybe all had another players only, who knows? I mean, what call it these days, if it's even players only meeting, but whatever they found, hope they keep it, because this is the team that we were hoping to see. All part of the team that we saw at the beginning of the year, and then a team that was MIA from January on.
Absolutely. I think the one thing that we saw at the beginning of the year, we don't see right now is Jacobson when he comes in and spells in regards to.
I think he is full head of steam into that freshman wall.
I'm wondering, and I get they're putting Benner in and subbing in and putting Trey at 4, but I wonder if going into the tournament, you're playing Liam Murphy at some point, spell like 2-minute stretch in the end of the first half.
Maybe. I mean, if anything, usually the tournament type bench. But I think Jacobson might benefit in the tournament, at least maybe the first 1 or 2 rounds, just because of, especially the first round where you're playing with your opponent. Maybe that can get some confidence up for him, where it's not just the physical play of the Big Ten. I think that'll be what it'll be to get away from for a little bit.
Well, I think the physical play in the Big Ten it'll be good to get away from, but I think when you're looking at matchups, and we'll go into that later in the show, but like deeper in that run, it's going to be definitely, I think, harder and harder for Jacobson as we move forward, especially if Clough gets into foul trouble, TKR gets in foul trouble. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we'll see. I do have a nugget for you all because I heard it on Sports Talk Radio yesterday. Did you know Purdue has the longest win streak in the United Center since the Bulls in 21-22?
Yeah, Bulls had 9 games in 21. Yeah, 21-22. I did see that. I had to rub it into our friend who's an Illinois fan a little bit, because Illinois struggles at the UC big time, and Purdue's loving it. I wish Purdue could do that at Gamebridge, which Gamebridge has been kinder to Purdue as of late. Big Ten tournament's been kind to Purdue as of late compared to what it used to be. I mean, I remember when besides 09, when Purdue couldn't win a game in it, now Purdue's made the championship 7 times and won it 3 times. So, I mean, you could be Indiana, who's easily, besides like your well, heck, even Penn State's made it. Indiana, Penn State both made it once, I guess. But out of the programs who should be good at it, Indiana's awful at the Big Ten tournament for whatever reason. But I did see that. That made me chuckle. But Purdue's got a lot of good streaks going on. 9 straight years now, 4 seed or better, 11 straight appearances. So, got to roll on.
I want to throw this out before we kind of get off the Big Ten tournament, because it was on. I messaged you both and said I wanted to pin this for this week. Since the Big Ten tournament, outside of going to New York and DC those 2 years, do you think it would benefit going to Detroit?
I think they deserve it one year if Minneapolis got it. If I'm Michigan State, I'm like, hey, why can't we get it up here one year? So I think that'd be only fair. But then if you do that, then I guess Ohio State could be like, all right, bring it to Cleveland type thing. And then I don't know where you draw the line.
You go to Cleveland.
Let me know if my audio is still messed up. But
it sounds better. Better.
Okay. I think Cleveland, Detroit makes sense. I mean, obviously Chicago and Indy are great for people like us, but maybe like it's still the Midwest. Like I'm going to those places, but I think it makes more sense than like Minneapolis.
Yeah.
In my opinion, obviously New York and that stuff, but I think Indy, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, I think that's all, at least it's central to what is now the coast to coast Big Ten.
I mean, the other option I thought, does LA get it?
Probably.
Primetime games.
I could say it's it. If Vegas is getting it, LA will get it at
Yep.
some point.
I think
And
LA
then,
will
like,
get
at some
Big Ten
point.
football eventually too.
I actually do think it would be. I mean, but I thought about it. Like, there's really no, since there's no Pac-12 tournament anymore. There's no like West Coast games, like in that slate, and I can see like starting at like 1 and ending at 1 a.m. That
would really suck.
It would suck, but I mean, that's the second largest market out there. That's kind of why I was like, I'm surprised they're not entertaining that. Maybe they are, but I would hope they would want to entertain Detroit before anything, because with it rotating between Indy and Chicago, I'm like, there's 2 Big Ten teams right down the road in Detroit, and they're good at both of basketball. This is not like we're taking it out to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Right. And there was that one gap. There was 5 years in a row was in Indy. I thought Indy was going to kind of become the permanent home of it, but then they started rotating again. It's Indy next year. Vegas 28, nowhere decided 29. If they're going to move somewhere, I think Detroit would make a lot of sense. But a lot of times, especially in college athletics, what happens doesn't make a lot of sense. So
it could be in Saudi Arabia before we know it.
Well, a lot of things that are American events that are in Saudi are starting to be planned for elsewhere right now, I think. So, Cameron Day, we're so back. I never had any doubts the last 2 months. If Clough doesn't get his 9th year in college next year, what are the expectations with DJ in the front court? Good question.
I think I changed my microphone too, so let me know if it's choppy again. Obviously you have, assuming DJ's back, you have Sinan Juan coming in, but he's a freshman. Never know what's going to happen with that. I think Painter goes out and gets a 1-year rental physical big. I think, maybe not, maybe that's what that looks like, but I mean, it's got to be an attractive position.
I think it is, but we also don't know roster turnover still with this team. So it's
also, we don't know what looked like Raleigh Burgess, like his development. Like, obviously he's not a true 5, but who knows? We have a long way to go. Enjoy what this is. I will say, going back to the Michigan game, whatever adjustments they made in regards to not just playing hard, but switching in defense and pulling guys out, definitely. Yeah.
I was blown away that Johnson didn't have the amount of boards. Like, they didn't beat us on the boards as bad as it was. Plus, they didn't get those long rebounds as they did the first game go around. I was waiting for that defense, though, at Michigan just to turn it on, especially when it got under 8, and it just never happened and materialized.
Purdue tired him out. The Axel was exhausted chasing Braden. Mara, they got exposed out front. Great shot blocker, but he got exposed out front. Some other guys that are normally factors in Michigan were just non-factors. You kind of forgot they were out there. Kudos to Painter and coaching staff. I thought they made great adjustments. And there was a wrinkle I think B-Down talked about on Boiled Sports, which I didn't catch during the game. But he was saying how TKR was taking it out of bounds on most inbounds plays, and he hadn't done that all year. So,
yeah.
I saw that a couple times, and I was wondering what was going on with that, because it's usually Braden.
To your point, Lynch, too, like I did notice throughout the whole tournament, it felt like there was less switching, especially up top. You see Braden like stick with his guy through, and I was like, I don't know if I texted you guys, but I was like, oh, this is nice. For the people who've been bitching on the boards about, it was just nice to see guys stick with it and kind of just, part of defense is just a pride factor, just not letting your man beat you. There's athletic limitations for some of these guys, but part of it too is just working your ass off more than the other guy.
I don't know if you both caught this too. You bring up a great point. They did not switch off, but they were like closing the gap between them and their man. And when that high screen and roll came, and they were fighting over the top of it, and that wasn't really effective because you had another defender, either that being Clough, TKR coming up. That defender now, they're not trying to chase underneath and leaving the wide open trail 3, or trying the defense collapsing and the ball moving around that way. But they closed the gap, and I don't know if that was a defensive adjustment they made, but they were closer definitely to their man right when the ball was coming up on those high screen rolls.
Cameron Day with a comment here. One of my best friends paid Binter for NIL sponsorship. Asked about last 2 months. Binter said seniors were sick of playing regular season games. People don't realize how many games they play. Once they lost the regular season title, their sights were on March.
I think that's something a lot of people were thinking of. I mean, especially, and again, we talk about like, we're not 18 to 22-year-olds making 6 figures, 7 figures, depending on who it is. Like, especially those guys, like played so much basketball and, especially Braden and Fletch, they've started every single game they've played at Purdue, and like I could understand that of just like, okay, just get through it, like get healthy, like it's obviously frustrating as a fan, but I can see where where maybe those guys are coming from, like with something to prove, like, and once the regular season's gone, it's just just stay healthy and bottom out.
Mr. Melton on Facebook, am I the only one that had less anxiety during the Michigan game than both the Northwestern and UCLA games? I feel like we beat them on paper a lot worse than the score showed.
Yeah, going into Sunday, I think I even told you guys, I was like, no, it was our 4th game in 4 days. I was like, just don't get beat up by 30. Just don't get blown up by 30. Like, respectable. Like, I even said, if we made it Saturday, I'd be pleased. But I probably agree. I was a lot more. Granted, towards the end, I was getting really way more into it than I probably have gotten into a Big Ten tournament game in a long time. But I was definitely way more anxious Thursday, Friday, and Saturday than I was on Sunday.
I enjoyed Sunday's win. It was, this is recency bias anyways, but this was my favorite win since Purdue beat Tennessee to go to the Final Four. It was my favorite win over any win last year. My favorite win even over at Alabama this year. I think it's because how Michigan thrashed us the first time at Mackey, just how Michigan's built their team, how they've handled things. At one point, they were the team that was going to go 40-0, not lose a game, according to the experts. So, yeah, as a fan, just wanted this one really bad, and it was just a lot of fun the way the guys just took it to them and how physical them, how hustled them, and I don't know if the guys had a come to Jesus meeting or what, but there was a flip switched in Chicago, and hopefully it stays switched going down to St. Louis on Friday.
It obviously helps that Painter was playing number 41 for the first time ever, so that helped.
Yes. Ms. Melton, it helped that you could tell we broke them at the 11-minute mark of the second half. Yep.
Yeah, they got frustrated. You could tell they were frustrated. Like, this is the first time. I don't remember their game against Wisconsin, but their game against Duke, that game kind of came down to the wire. Yeah, this was a game where kind of jumped out all over in the second half, which I felt like we were lucky to be tied at half. I just felt like it took so much just to score the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And, they were missing shots. I was like, man, I'm just glad to be tied in this game. Like, this easily could be Mackey, but then a whole different team came out in the second half and kind of just punched them right in the mouth and didn't back down. So I kept kind of waiting. Like, okay, they got down to 5. Okay, here we go. Here's the Michigan that we've been kind of, we saw earlier, and Purdue just would kind of stuck their arm out and kept them at arm's length. And eventually you just tell that they were frustrated for the first time probably all season. Just hadn't been whooped like that.
Well, it was being physical down low. That was definitely one thing, but you could definitely tell it was, if someone's going to shoot, it's going to be Burnett, and Burnett's going to have to be the one beating us. And I thought he was going to get hot, but then it started cooling off, and I was like, Cadeau ain't hitting shots. Yaxel isn't hitting shots. Mara's, he made some plays, but he was not fundamentally all there. And Johnson definitely, I thought, was going to beat us on the boards and get the offensive rebounds. He didn't.
Yeah, he was kind of
no-show. Yeah, so you guys, like, I kind of forgot he was even out there sometimes, because like usually he was a guy that's just an absolute freak and just between Trey just put his shoulder into Mara's chest and kind of backing him out, and so that if it essentially takes away the shot blocking capabilities, like Clough was a beast. Like, I can't believe how much more physical we were. And obviously, you could probably also, Michigan could also be like points like, it's they already had a 1 seed locked up, like blah blah blah. But still, if you're gonna play a game, you might as well win it.
Well, they wanted to do something they never done in school history: win the Big Ten regular season and tournament. Mm-hmm. They have never done that. So,
and according to them, which I like this, but according to them, last year they won the Big Ten because Michigan State won the regular season, but they were chanting that they were the Big Ten because they won the tournament, and so I guess we're flipping that script this year. Even though so does Painter. I think he corrected someone asked the Big Ten champs. He's like, no, Michigan's the Big Ten champs. We just won the tournament.
And I mean, kudos to the staff and players, because even I thought when they brought Cheddar off the bench to spell Yaxel or Johnson to stretch the floor, that never happened. So definitely, it is definitely a great effort. That again, great game. UCLA was just a great game. I wish they'd bring back the shorts Sky Clark was wearing.
Oh my gosh.
I had a nostalgic moment. I was like, man, these look great on everybody.
Going back to 2010.
Well, they look better on Trey than those short shorts. I'm like, yeah, those don't look good. But overall, just unbelievable. Proved me wrong. Happy it happened. At least this class has something to show for it themselves, that they went out and earned it.
Yeah.
And
the guys got to experience, what it takes to play championship ball too.
Without Edie.
Yeah.
And Gillis.
Yeah, it was a fun week for sure. Chicago treated them well. It was 2023 all over again. So
let's hope that's where it ends.
Yes. I'm pretty confident it won't replicate 2023, but we will see. You play the game for a reason. So before we dive into the NCAA tournament, Webby, you said you got some trivia for us this evening.
I did, and it deals with kind of just the tournament in general. It's a three-parter in a way. I made the question, and I just kind of kept going. Just because I was sitting there, I was eating lunch today, and I was watching whatever TVs were on at the restaurant with that, and they had both the men's and women's brackets. Like, my first thought was, when was the last time both the Purdue men's and women's team made the tournament?
Oh my!
The answer shocked me.
We're in 2026. I'm gonna guess 2018.
2011.
2023.
Okay, Purdue women's made it more recently than I remember.
They made the first four. So there's they end up losing. But then the next part is, when's the last time both teams made the tournament consecutive years in a row?
2010.
2011 or consecutive years?
2011.
What 2 years?
2011. 10 and 11.
2011. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say 07, 08.
Your lack of faith is disturbing. 2016 and 2017.
Yeah, I don't follow the women's program very closely, and
that's how bad this program has become.
Yeah.
And then
we are
last
failing.
part. When was the last time that both made the second weekend of the same year?
I'm going 2009.
Okay.
I'll go 2016. Wait, no, never mind. We didn't make.
We didn't.
No, 2009. 2009. I tried to think of women's. Go 2009 too.
Good guys, you're doing yourself. 2009.
All right, 1 for 3.
Yeah,
Woo-hoo.
actually, women made the Elite Eight that year. Women made the Elite Eight.
I forgot about Lip Rock.
Yeah, I totally forgot that the women's team made it in 2023. I was expecting 2018, 2019, like that, and I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, this was 3 years ago." I feel really embarrassed.
No, I'm
pretty sure I remember watching that game too.
All right, I brought some blind rankings with me this evening, and my dad helped me with these. I'll be honest, because I was like, "Man, I feel like we've done everything blind rankings this year."
Yeah.
So he gave me different duos to play at Purdue, which it's tough to do because you can take two guys off any team and make it a duo. But I want you guys to rank these based on your favorite duo. And we will start with Braden Smith and Trey Kaufman-Rent.
Are there runovers by the chance? Like,
No.
Okay, so Braden's not getting paired with Fletcher
No.
on this.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go for it.
I was going to go 4.
That's what I was going to go. Just because this year hasn't quite. Last year was awesome, but this year kind of it wasn't the same. Obviously, because of the addition with Clough, kind of changed things up a little bit and traded that we saw last year, which we kind of assumed may be the case. But the year that productive.
Next one, Carson Edwards and Ryan Klein.
I don't think I'll ever feel something like it was watching that flamethrowers. We're going 1.
All right. I like it. Lynch loves the 3-ball. Like it.
No,
Yeah.
Just jacking up shots is what I loved. It wasn't even just 3-ball. It was just jacking up shots.
I will go 3, only because I only when I think about that, I only think about 2 games. Granted, they were awesome games and really fun, but I don't remember. I just feel like it wasn't as consistent as those might be.
If you're measuring on consistency, sure, but I mean those games were some of the most
That's
exciting
fair.
games ever.
Yeah.
Jawan Johnson and Etuan Moore.
2.
I think I'm gonna. Oh man. I used 2 already. 2 and where I put that at 3. I'll put those guys at 2. Put the 2. Yeah.
Carl Landry and David Teague.
Oh, dang it. Those are some formative years.
Yep.
Yeah, I hate doing it because I honestly 2 of some of my all-time favorites, especially David Teague. Yeah, I'll go 5.
I still think Carl Landry's the most underappreciated Purdue player of all time.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, probably one of the better careers of anybody we've had outside of maybe Etuan.
Yeah. All right. So
Cardinal
had a good.
He's a world champion.
Yeah, he made a lot of money. Brad Miller made a lot of money.
Right. Yeah.
Brad Miller made a lot of money.
Glenn Robinson made a lot of money, but just didn't have the NBA career a lot of people thought he was going to.
Yeah.
So Webb, you got 1 left. Aaron,
3.
3. All right, Webby, I think you're going to be glad you left the 1 spot here. Zach Edey and Jaden Ivey.
Let's go. Yeah.
I mean, those 2 are on your Mount Rushmore favorites, right, Webby?
Oh yeah.
With Fletcher being number 1.
No, that's Robbie.
So would those 4 that we just named, would they be your 4? I mean, I know recency bias. Would it be Robbie, Fletcher, Zach, and Jaden?
Man, it would be criminal to not put Braden. But in terms of favorites, I mean, you guys know I was a Fletcher stan from before he ever committed.
Yes,
So for the sake of this argument, sure.
Aaron, what would be your Mount Rushmore favorites?
I think I already named him.
Did you?
Went on a podcast earlier
I'm sure we
that
did, but
well, I don't know. It wasn't you. It was Evan and I doing it. Edie 1. 2 to me would be probably. I love Dakota.
Oh yeah.
He was definitely the
shout out to Midwestern Cowboy for a triple double for the Noblesville Boom.
Yep.
Noblesville Boom.
but just because he was consistent night in, night out.
Oh yeah, great.
Like-
I mean, I don't know if I've ever trusted somebody with the ball more than Dakota to make the right decision. I don't know. He just
Yeah.
Absolutely. Chris Kramer would be up there because that'll never exist again
yeah.
in the sport. I got to go with a little jitterbug, Carson. I mean, just lightning in a bottle, just jacking up shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have Kramer on there, Robbie on there, Edie on there. And then the fourth one gets tricky, but I think I gotta go Etwan more. I was a big Etwan guy.
Yeah.
Although the Robbie Juwan Etwan years are still close to my
I
heart.
mean, that's like, yeah. I mean, obviously that was our, high school into your freshman year, sophomore, freshman year.
Yep.
And it was just, taking us from what we saw the end of the Katie years, which were not great, into kind of making us believe something that fans probably hadn't felt in a long time, of like they can actually make a run. Fortunately, never had a chance to, but it was, I mean, the fact that they were, in the top 10 and the top 5 at time, like, it's just something that didn't seem possible at a young age.
It's so crazy. There's so many good players we left off. I mean,
Oh
Caleb
my God.
Flanagan didn't even get a mention.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Mitch,
I mean, you can argue Mason Gillis I don't think that team makes a Final Four without Mason Gillis. You
Nope.
could argue. I mean, he played 1 year with Lance Jones. I mean, he had probably my favorite shot of any Purdue players ever hit. That 3 against Tennessee to seal it.
You could argue John Octius. Without him, then it doesn't.
Yeah. It doesn't get back on track. Yeah.
Yep.
I know my wife would
be fired.
My wife would put Travion Williams. She loved watching Trey play.
Yeah.
and other people, probably Vince Edwards is probably up there for some.
Yeah.
I mean,
Swiss Army knife. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had so many likable guys. Just kudos to the program.
It is. There's also another person that does it. Before you put Mitch's comment here, there's another player that probably will never see ever again in his shot. It's Keaton Grant. That rainbow jumper ain't coming back.
Yeah, another underappreciated Purdue player. His sophomore year, he was team MVP. He was nails that year. Mitch Melton, I'd have to go 1 on Smith and TKR just due to breaking records and assists. If you would have said Smith and Zach, that would have easily been
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been my number 1. But
That's fair.
Edie.
Yeah, Edie.
Probably anybody with Edie probably been my number 1.
Ronnie Johnson and Zach Edie, even though they didn't play together, we're throwing them in there together.
You just gave me an idea. I got blind rankings next week.
Oh God! Why did I? Oh boy!
Least likable players.
Pending the result of the games.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a blind ranking anyways, but least likable. There'd be quite a list there too, as well. But Boilers get a team I had never heard of coming up Friday, University of Queens, and even though Oscar Clough thought they were based out of New York, like a lot of people, they're not. They're based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Purdue's 25.5-point favorites. Don't know a lot about Queens. They played some big boys in November and December, and all of them handled Queens pretty easily. And if Purdue can get past them, they await the winner of Miami, Florida, and Missouri. And somehow Missouri, as a 10 seed, got placed in St. Louis, which I still have a problem with.
That makes no sense.
I'm going to be okay with this because I thought more than likely, depending on Sunday's outcome, I thought we were going to ship out west as a 3 seed if we lost. In regards to Portland,
I thought we were going to be. I think had we lost, I think there's a chance, maybe not the 2 seed, but there's a chance that we switch with Illinois, maybe, and that we go Greenville.
I thought we would get flipped with Michigan State more than Illinois.
This potential. I just saw something. I don't know if it was Saturday or Sunday that basically said Purdue, if Purdue wins, it could maybe. I think at that point too, and there wasn't even talk of being a 2. It was being a 3 seed, and with Illinois, which I think Purdue, Michigan State, Illinois were literally the 8, 9, 10 teams when you rank all 68 teams. Which was cool to see, but something didn't talk about. This is the first time it's felt like the Big Ten tournament's actually meant something.
Yep.
Like,
I
Yep.
think the committees were trying to show people conference tournaments are going to matter from now on.
yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I mean, like, I mean, we've been fortunate. It's the third time we've seen Purdue win it. You know, it was, you know, at the end of the day, like, depending on the season Purdue's had, like, I haven't really cared all that much. Like, by 4 minute Braden went down, I was like, just end the thing. Like, just walk off the court and call it a day and just go home. But I mean, if now for teams like an Indiana, Ohio State, you know, those types of teams who were, you know, playing to get on the right side of the ball like that, obviously, is one thing. But Purdue thankfully has been in that position
Indiana's
long
god
time.
awful at it.
Yeah. But it is to see that, you know, it does mean something to where it actually changed the seeding. So it's felt like in the past, you know, Purdue's been lost the first game and nothing changed, or they've made the change or won and nothing changed. So
Right.
it's nice to see that it actually have an impact.
Right. I don't know about you guys. I was happy with the time slot on Friday being a night game.
Yeah, I hated last year when we were like playing middle of the day on whatever Thursday or Friday day we played. It was miserable being at work. But yeah, it's nice to be able to enjoy all of Thursday and most of the day Friday. It's one of those games where just come out and just don't let them hang around, because obviously the longer you let those small seats hang around, you know, they get confidence, but also the arena is just as they should be in a March Madness setting. You cheer for the upsets. Unless it's your team, you're always cheering for the upsets just for the sake of it's what's just a full March, even when it sucks. But you give them any life. So I think you have your point here. I think if what saw this weekend shows up, yeah, I have no doubt my mind Purdue's going to make some potentially cause some damage.
Absolutely.
I think it helps that your core players, the three seniors, excluding Clough and Murphy, they know what it's like to get humiliated and lose a 16 seed. If they hadn't been through that, maybe I'm a little more nervous going into Friday than I am right now. And I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, you know, when we were doing this podcast last week, none of us were real confident. How could we be? I mean, the way Purdue was playing the last 6 games, and then in 1 week, a stretch of 4 games have flipped the Purdue all Boiler Nation's vibes to the team. It's just funny what sports can do.
I mean, we were worried. Like, I was worried. Like, man, if we lose to Northwestern Indiana, we drop a 5 seed.
Yeah, and then get bounced. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, maybe win your first game, but then, you know, lose to good fortune. But then congrats, you get the 1 seed like we did last year. But kudos to them for showing up and proving us all wrong. You know, obviously this would have been nice to see in January, but better late than never.
Yep.
Champions pick themselves off the mats.
Yep.
Yep.
And like Aaron mentioned earlier, at least if we do lose and don't win 6 straight, at least we have something to show for the year. Or don't win 4 and get to the Final Four. At least we have something. That's still what irks me about the team with Haas, Edwards, Matthias, and Thompson. Great team, nothing to show for it. Jay Ivy's last year. Really good team, nothing to show for it.
They have a Big Ten title. They have a regular season
Not the
Big
last
Ten
year.
title. Not the last year.
That's what I meant, like that team that year. That's what I meant, not during their career.
Okay.
I mean, these guys have plenty to show for their career, the senior class.
Right.
But this
more than
particular
anybody in
team,
history.
yes, this particular team.
Well, I think it's more like divide, I think, with this team, because it was with Zach Edey, the best player in program history. Now they cemented themselves of having something.
Sure.
Not being, because they were going down a road. I was thinking, well, they're going to be remembered as the role players for Zach Edey. Probably like J.I. gets remembered for 6 turnovers against St. Peter's, which is unfortunate. But they've done something in Fortitude in regards to picking themselves off the mat, somehow flipping a switch that none of us thought was there. I still don't. I mean, last week of the season, defense was non-existent. Play hard might as well just been pulled off the wall.
Yep.
And defense lives here can just be thrown in the trash, because that's how it was. It definitely looked like a different team versus, I thought the best win of the season was still against USC out there in LA, in regards to no one's in the crowd. There's more Purdue fans than there are USC fans. and USC came to play with a 26-year-old and almost took you down, and somehow they pulled it out. Thanks to Benner pretty much giving them a 5-point swing in a minute and a half.
Yeah.
But this team definitely, I'm not worried about Friday at all. I think there's a high chance this team can get to the second weekend with their draw. And we can probably talk about that. Mitch's comment, if Ivy would have stuck around, he would have a lot more to be remembered by. That is true.
He had to go, though. He had to go.
He had to go. Yeah.
His draft stock wasn't getting any better. Mm-hmm. And I'll say this, Fletcher wouldn't have had the career he would have if J.I. stuck around.
Braden, freshman Braden wouldn't have the
correct.
Yeah.
So it is, things happen for a reason. And I would say this is probably the most favorable draw they could have ever gotten.
Yeah, very good draw. Of course, I mean, out of the 1 seeds, I don't know if Arizona's the one you want in your bracket, but if you're gonna make a run, you got to beat good teams. That's
probably the 1 seed I wanted the least.
Yeah,
but they've been the most consistent. They've been the most.
I still, even though we beat them,
they're so much fun to watch.
Even though we beat them lately, Duke still gives me PTSD when it comes to the tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Like I just didn't want. I don't know.
Yeah,
but and really, I didn't. I'm glad we won't see Michigan unless we make the Final Four, because even though we just smacked them, I'm good with not seeing them again.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't want a UConn, Florida, or Houston even near us.
I didn't mind UConn.
If this was the year to play UConn, this is the year I wanted, because they have, which obviously they could very well do this in the Cruise and flip a switch and go nuclear in the tournament, but like they have very pedestrian, it's very mediocre teams. Like granted they won, credit to them for winning the game, but they have played the beast. I mean, the fact that your regular season and tournament champion is a 5 seed.
Yeah, that was about the worst seeding, I thought.
And UConn is somehow a 2. Granted, I mean, they had wins like at Kansas in the non-con.
It won 18 straight at one time. Yeah.
Yeah, but just like the Big East was 2 teams and a cast of others, and UConn looked pretty mediocre against a lot of bad teams. So I was like, this is the year to get them. This is the year. But it's Dan Hurley. He's a psycho, so he thinks he could have been holding them back for all just to make himself mad to use as fuel.
Wait. Big East was 2 teams. Big East has 3 teams though.
I know,
saying
2.
St. John's,
UConn and St. John's, and then like a cast of others. Like no one else was really that great.
Okay, because I was like, Villanova got in. What are you talking about?
Yeah. They might have fun for a game.
I think I have them getting bounced first games.
Utah State. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no, I thought for the most part the committee got the field right with the 68 they got in there, and for everybody, with the majority at least, I think I can speak for that. It's against expanding. It's because look at the bubble. Look how weak the bubble was. Don't expand this thing.
And that's what get in is just those crappy bubble teams. It wouldn't be the first place team in, I don't know, pick a league, the
Horizon,
who loses the Horizon League, who loses in the or the Missouri Valley, like maybe the number 1 seed who loses in the semifinals and now is all of a sudden out. Like those teams that should get in my opinion, versus freaking Auburn.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Indiana being that first 4 out, I just shook my head.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah. I think that the Wisconsin, as our buddy said, Wisconsin beating Purdue at Purdue, turning into a quad win for them at home, did wonders for their resume.
Northwestern's the pain for them that won't go away. Northwestern kept them out of the tournament. So
it's like Ohio State with us. It's just
a
weird matchup.
Yep.
Congrats to Bruce Thornton.
Yeah. And Lynch, you still think Diebler's getting fired?
I hope.
I don't think he's getting fired.
I hope. I
think he's pretty safe. I think he's pretty.
They're gonna get like TJ Osterberg or something really stupid and be really good.
Because he's a thorn in our side. This is what I want. I want Roger Powell to be dismissed from Valpo, and Diebler go back to his alma mater here. And then what my biggest fear would be they buy Billy Donovan out. That would be my biggest fear.
Bad. That would be bad.
Very bad, because he now has pretty much unlimited NIL there. But
Yeah.
IU being the first 4 out was just dollars. I'm just going to say that. That was a decision of the committee because they wanted probably Miami versus Indiana as a first 4 matchup, because they knew they could probably get fans in regards to showing up at Dayton from both schools because of proximity and the large fan base of IU.
Yeah.
Guaranteed that was what they were thinking. Because the NCAA doesn't care about anything else but money at this point.
Sports in general, fortunately.
They don't even care about sports. They just care about money.
I meant just
eyeballs.
sports or leagues, organizations in general. It's just all about money. It's not about fans anymore. So
Baseball's a little different. Like, they don't want to spend money.
well, yeah, they're losing viewers in different ways. So let's go through. Let's give some score predictions, players of the game, spicy bowl predictions for. We can throw Friday and Sunday in there. Let's do double dose.
Okay.
I guess, who do we think Purdue faced did they win on Friday?
I think Miami gets it done against Missouri. I want Miami to get it done because I think Missouri will pack that place Sunday if they win.
That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
But I just remember watching Missouri get beat by 43 in St. Louis against Illinois, and I'm like, this team is not a tournament team, and somehow they won some close games in the Big East against good opponents and got themselves in there.
The Big East.
Miami's tough. Obviously, they've got
SEC. Sorry, SEC.
Miami's got some familiar faces with Malik Renew, who's their leading scorer.
Yep.
Trey Donaldson from
Donaldson.
Michigan.
Yep.
Jed Lucas is doing a heck of a job in year one.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched them a little bit, part of their ACC tournament. But again, I was coming back to like they're a 7 seed for a reason. And the ACC not great outside of Duke. Obviously Virginia was pretty solid. North Carolina was good until Caleb hurt. But I just feel like after the first couple teams, it kind of fell off a little bit. I think obviously the familiarity of Renew could probably help this team a little bit, I would think. He's a great player, obviously. Friday, I think Purdue obviously wins. I'm going to go a score of 86-62. Play of the game, I mean, obviously Braden's going to break the record, which is incredible given, a week ago I thought no kid's breaking it, which is unfortunate. Like, he'll get close, but the fact that he's now 2 away from breaking it, like, I hope he breaks it in the first 2 possessions just to get it over with. But yeah, I think hopefully that kind of loosens things up a little bit and it's over. I think I'm saying it triple.
Yeah, this might be the last best shot to do it. Might be Friday.
Yeah.
I think he gets pulled early before he even tries.
I think you're right. I would hope he would.
Lynch, you want to go next?
Yeah. I think Purdue wins 95-40.
Oh my God!
God.
This is at Maryland all over again.
Yep.
He was close.
He was close.
I was close. Don't get me started about this one. I think defense comes to play. I think Braden finally. I think that the assist I was hoping would happen on Sunday that we were done, and he is just becomes Carson Edwards 2.0 and just starts launching them. Because I think if he starts launching them, everything's going to open up that offense more. And the guys are going to start trying to close him out on the perimeter. Trey and Clough are going to be open, have space down low, and he can pass the ball. Fletcher's going to be open. CJ's going to be open. If he becomes a legit flamethrower, like how Carson did, like, sky's the limit now. So 95-40, I think it's just going to be a bloodbath because I think that's going to start. He's going to drop 35 before he gets pulled.
Hey, Maryland, he said 40. So he's getting close to these
Yeah.
Maryland predictions.
I think he drops 35. Bold prediction. That's my bold prediction too. Is
Yep.
he becomes a flamethrower,
Yep.
and I think that's going to open up a whole new gear in this offense.
I'm going Purdue 84. Queens, I about said New Orleans. Queens 60. Player of the game, I'm going with Webby's boy Fletch. I think he hits 5 threes. Bold prediction. Double for Oscar Clough. I don't know how bold that is after this past week, but I'm also not familiar with his NCAA tournament experience either. So
Yeah, not either.
Should have made bold prediction. Liam Murphy plays 10 minutes.
I hope you're well. If you're winning by 45, then Aaron Fine better be getting close to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, all right, Sunday. Who do you guys think Purdue plays?
I think
both
it's going to be
Miami.
Missouri. I think Missouri.
2 for Miami, 1 for Missouri. All right, Lynch. If they play Missouri, what's the score?
74 to 52. I think they're going to overmatch and overwhelm Missouri because I think he again becomes a flamethrower, and we see what we saw in the Sweet 16 Elite 8, and with Klein and with him and how Carson and Klein were that duo. We have that ability now because he's opened up. So I think this shifts the offense because, I mean, it was the highest efficiency rate. It just shifts it to another gear that we've never seen. Player of the game is going to be TKR in this one. Probably has 15 boards. Now, 15 points, 12 boards. Bold prediction. Purdue's the only Purdue and Michigan are the only 2 teams in the Big Ten make Sweet 16.
Ooh, out of 9.
Whoa, man.
Huh.
I think Fran gets revenge on third. I think Fran takes Underwood out on Thursday.
Oh, man.
I will laugh.
I hope you're right. I will laugh so hard.
Oh, I had a feeling that he'll say it's baseball season.
TJ
he's already in the dumps because Suzuki for the Cubs minor PCL spraying, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
it's not as bad as today for the White Sox and Vassell being TJ.
That's World Baseball Classic, man. I don't understand, but
we play Miami. I'm gonna go 78-66. Play the game. I'm gonna CJ Cox. I think he gets his first real big NCAA tournament game. Prediction. Hold renew to under 15. I think he's averaging close to 18. I think we keep him well under his average. Hell of a player, though.
I think Purdue plays Miami, beats them 82 to 72. Player of the game, Jakari Harris. I want to pick somebody off the bench to have like a Melvin Buckley against LSU type game.
Yeah.
I think Jakari gets double figures and hits 3 threes. But my bold prediction, I'm going to go Braden Smith gets 5 steals.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, go ahead, Aaron.
Before you go on, do you think he becomes like Carson Edwards was once he gets opened up from this assist record?
Nobody's going to be like Carson, but I think once he gets the record, I think we'll see him play loose Friday anyways. I think it'll open up more shots for himself, but his teammates. I think Purdue's going to get a lot of open looks. Just comes down to, are we making them or not? Because that's one thing against Michigan. We didn't make a lot of open threes. We made some, don't get me wrong. But we could have buried them even earlier if we could have hit some open ones in the second half.
But he is the best offensive weapon when he looks to score first. Like, he is the one guy that can beat him off the dribble. I mean, CJ can too, but he's got another geared fadeaway jumper getting to spots under the 3-point line. Like, he has the the jitterbug ability like Carson did.
You win in March because your guards. So, well, except Purdue in 2024. I mean, guards help, but Edie was dominant. So,
having the best player in college basketball in the last 50 years helps too.
yes. So, assuming we are all right and we make the Sweet 16, go ahead.
Timeout. Carmelo Anthony was like
played 1
a
year.
I said
freshman.
one of the best.
I thought you said best.
He only
I
played
thought
1
you
year.
said best.
I thought he said best, and I was like, wait, Carmelo Anthony was a true
Melo
freshman.
had a great freshman year. He did. But assuming we make the Sweet 16, we're on here talking about that next week. We'll be in San Jose. Who do you predict Purdue would be playing in the Sweet 16? We're looking at BYU or Gonzaga or Kennesaw State or I think Texas/NC State. So we could see Cam Heide in the Sweet 16.
Yeah. This might be crazy. I think I'd rather see Gonzaga over BYU. Just because AJ DeBonsa is, I mean, that dude is Tracy McGrady in today's world.
But I feel like if you can contain him, then
yeah, it's true. Obviously, not having Richie
easier said
Saunders
than
would help. And they did finish like 5 in the Big 12, which the Big 12 was a gauntlet. But I don't know. I mean, I just feel I like Braden against Few.
Yeah.
You just get that hatred for
what
them.
scares me is they're due. Purdue has their number, but they're due. And we see them in the
they can have it
next year.
They can have it. They can have it sure to start the season. I don't care.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It also depends on the big guy who is questionable. I don't know. But obviously, Few is a coach. So, I think it's one of those two teams.
I think it's going to be Gonzaga, and this is Few's best defensive team, and that's what scares the living crap out of me.
They are good on defense.
Okay.
They're not as good offensively, but they are good on defense.
I mean, he does to Few's credit. There is a Braden Smith on Gonzaga's roster.
There is.
He finally got it. He finally got it.
He got confused and got the wrong one. Oops! Didn't the one I ordered.
Timu version. No disrespect. I don't know. I'm sure he's a hell of a player.
That kid's gonna put 30 on us now next week. And
I know.
This is gonna be bulletin board material.
Somebody's gonna snip this and put it.
I'm somehow clipped. Yeah.
Webby's gonna get us viral, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
With this being his best defensive team, that scares me, especially if we ain't locked in defensively. That's what I'm afraid of. I think that's where the road could end potentially. Before we even think about the Elite Eight, that Sunday's going to suck if we get to the Elite Eight. I'm not going to lie. Would it be Sunday? Yeah, it would be
Thursday,
Sunday, right?
Thursday, Saturday in San Jose.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping it was going to be Friday, Sunday, but it's Thursday, Saturday.
So that Saturday night game is going to blow. If we do get, Saturday night game would blow. And I'll go why if we get there.
How far, assuming you guys have filled out our bracket, non-bias, how far do you have? Okay. Aaron, have you?
Yep.
How far do you have Purdue going?
Sweet 16.
I got them Elite Eight losing to Arizona. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably because I always do. I have so many different bracket challenges. I usually mix it up a little bit here and there depending on people are in it, but I'll probably have anywhere Purdue. Now, I did say about a month ago to our good buddy that reminded me to have Purdue bounced in the second round. So I'll probably have one bracket to do that just to honor I'll pick some throwaway bracket and do that. I'll probably have them from round all the way to Final Four, and is my hopes.
And I'm not trying to water anything down, but if they at least make the Sweet 16, I'll be pretty happy. I mean, of course, after beating Michigan, I know they got the capability of beating anybody. I think because I hold Michigan in that high regard. But at least get the second weekend, I'm happy.
It's the second. It's second
I thought it was
team.
Play to your seed, so which would be Elite Eight.
Right.
So if we can get the Elite Eight, that would suck to not make it. But I I just feel like there's such a difference between making the Sweet 16, just as we've seen, like, we've seen Purdue make Sweet 16 a ton, very from that, but only see them make the Elite Eight twice on Painter.
Yeah.
So if we can get there, I'll be comfortable.
Once again, that's kudos to the program.
Yeah.
I mean, say that,
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about a team like Illinois who's been great under Underwood, but like made one Sweet 16 since 2005, like, which is crazy. Like, for as much success as they've had under Underwood, he's only once. Made the Elite Eight that year, so I think they'll make it this year. Hope they don't. Hope TJ Power goes off for 50.
Getting to the second weekend is going to be an accomplished given how.
And you've said that all year. You've said it all year. So.
Yeah. And I'm sticking by it. If it is Elite Eight, great. I'm not that game. It'll probably be on Turner. It will probably be on TNT. It's going to suck because LeBron James will probably be in the crowd that game, more than likely.
Oh yeah.
Because of Bryce,
son.
Yeah. So, which he doesn't play, he's a red shirt, so it doesn't really matter. But he's probably going to be there, so the camera's going to be on him. Probably Kevin Harlan calling that game is what I would think, more than likely. So it's going to have an NBA feel, especially Coach Pete. And why am I thinking the other two freshmen? Why are they blanking on my head? I've watched them this year, and I can't remember all their names.
I can't help you.
I squeaked out against Iowa State. So, I guess before we'll get to next week when we get to next week, but you got any like big bold predictions for any of the other Big Ten teams?
Yeah, I got Michigan State getting bounced in the second round by USF.
Okay.
I've split the bracket a lot. I'm trying to think of what I had. I think Wisconsin either gets bounced first round or they make the Elite Eight. It's just like there's a team like that. Like, they've been playing so well lately. Now, if they're not shooting, then they're toast, I think, because they just don't have the inside presence like they typically like a Michigan if Michigan's not hitting. But I'm trying to think anything else.
I also like, assuming Bilodeau and Dent are healthy, I like UCLA to knock off UConn in the second round.
Yeah, so that's the team. I keep going back and forth. That's part why I haven't filled a bracket yet. I'm trying to wait until just to find out anything that we can about them. Because I'm like, if they're healthy, they've been playing really good ball lately, and they could be dangerous. But they're flying to the East Coast.
Yeah,
that is Mitch Melton. Nebraska gets the win they're looking for.
Yeah, if they can get past Troy, they'll probably play Vanderbilt, which would be a really interesting matchup.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're under so much pressure.
Yeah, but there's teams like Iowa and Ohio State. I don't even have Iowa beating Clemson. I do have Ohio State beating TCU, but it's like, all right, then you got to go get to 1 seed. So,
yeah, congrats on making it to the tournament for the first time in a while. You get to play Duke.
Yeah,
I think
it's like us when we had to play Kentucky in 2016,
yeah,
2015.
Yeah, but yeah.
I think 4 Big Ten teams get knocked out in the round of 64.
Who?
I think
Illinois,
Nebraska, Iowa, and Ohio State.
I think Iowa's my least confident to get a win. I just hate the way they're playing right now.
The only thing that gives me pause with that, because I'm with you there, is that yes, it wasn't at this level, but Ben McCollum has won in a lot in tournament style play, at the Division II level and all that. So I'm like, does that, if things get tight, can that help him? I don't know. That's just me trying to overthink. Oh.
Those guards from Clemson can put up buckets.
They can.
A couple other upsets, non-Big Ten related. I know off the top of my head, I picked Santa Clara to beat Kentucky, and I picked Akron to beat Texas Tech.
John Gross,
that one's
head coach.
Akron, that one is very enticing, especially without BT Toppin. I don't know. I think I kind of went through a bracket today and then I cleared it because I didn't like it. But I think I'm gonna have a hard because I was getting too many ones and twos in the
It could
final
be pretty
four.
chalky again, though. I mean,
It
I
could
think the
be, yeah.
transfer
And obviously
portal.
last year we had all,
Yeah, I think the
yeah.
portal's really gonna. It'll be interesting if there's not a lot of like upsets this year. What's the ratings gonna look like next year? Like you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like because
And it
the
is that
average
fine
person
line.
who just tunes in for upsets, if the upsets keep going down, people are gonna
Yeah.
stop.
It's a fine line because you want upsets, but you don't want too many because then you get into
Right.
like where
San
you
Diego
got,
State and Florida Atlantic and
yeah, like where last year you had all 4 1 seeds and
Yeah.
it was awesome.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
on both games, or all 3 games, both Final Four games, and the
Yeah.
championship were incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to see chalk
Yeah.
the first 2 rounds.
Before we pay some bills, I'll give a sports business journal. I don't know when the contract is up for Turner CBS, but if it does get a little chalky, I could see Turner probably wanting an exit because the NCAA is going to want money, and then this thing goes behind a paywall, and we know which paywall it will be. It'd be the cock, everyone. The peacock, the sucky one.
Yeah, nothing would surprise me anymore.
Would be. On that note, let's pay our bills.
Let's do that. We do have bills to pay. So let's talk about Mad Mush, who's been a great sponsor of ours for the last couple of years.
Yeah, the Boiler Breakdown is brought to you by Mad Mushroom, serving Boilermakers since '93. Mad Mush is located in the heart of West Lafayette and is home of the original cheese stick. But when any of the Boiler Breakdown crew is in town, we like to sit down, have an ice cold beer, and try out the latest pizza of the month, which is Rob's Crispy Bourbon Chicken. It is a pizza topped with chopped crispy chicken, tossed in bourbon sauce. It has onions, celery, mozzarella cheese on top, and finished with a toasted sesame seeds over the sauce. So whenever you're in town, use the code BREAK526 online for $5 off any order over $20. Remember, this is online only. Do not try to go there in store and use it. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to put this out in the ether. Use Break5, our former promo code as well, but use Break526 to start. That can be used for anything on your order as well, not just pizza of the month. It can be used for grinders, cheese sticks, you name it, you can use it. So next time, let them know that the Boy Breakdown sent you. Mad Mush, feed your head.
And they got a bracket competition where you can get in by going to their Facebook page. If you want to enter, it's free to play. Bracket entries are due March 19th at noon. The grand prize, free pizza for a year and a custom 2026 Mad Mushroom Madness Champion t-shirt. Second place, you get $100 in gift vouchers and a Mad Mushroom hoodie. Third place, $75 in gift vouchers and a Mad Mushroom t-shirt. Fourth place, $50 in gift vouchers. So join their group Mad Mushroom Madness 2026 on the ESPN Tournament Challenge. You can just type that in, or you can go straight to their Facebook page and they got a link there. So I think the Boiler Breakdown crew might have to get in that and see how we can do. So I like free pizza for a year.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you guys.
My Uber Eats bill will be like just trying to get that delivery.
I might just have to rent out an apartment for the year down in West Lafayette. Go down on weekends. So, but Webby's got a great new looking T-shirt that I believe he just picked up from the shop.
I did. Found myself in Broderick over the weekend and stopped on in and had to buy myself the new Mackey Arena T-shirt that came out not too long ago. Super soft. But yeah, the shop's been doing it since 2011. Started out in their garage, and I've got 3 retail locations across Indianapolis, one in Broderick, like I just said, one in Carmel, one in downtown. Great selection, all things Purdue, Indiana, Butler, Indiana State,
all schools that can't make the tournament besides Purdue.
Right. It's and wildly enough, May is right around the corner, so their Indy 500 stuff's getting ready is starting to come out. Looks really sharp. But yeah, I picked up the Mackey Arena shirt. Fits awesome, super comfortable. I was, eyeing a couple sweatshirts in store that I might need to get online next time they have a deal going. They're all super soft, super comfortable, last forever. Yeah, it was between this Mackey shirt and the Purdue script alternate. but I had to go with my favorite place on earth when it came to getting the shirt. But yeah, if you're in Indianapolis, stop on by. But if you can't, go to the shopindy.com, use promo code breakdown for free shipping.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of these t-shirts or sweatshirts.
No.
They're all awesome. They also got clothing for youth. They got hats, great looking hats.
I was staring at some hats. I was staring at that two-tone hat there. I was like, I'm not a hat guy, but I'm gonna switch to football. Maybe some good mojo going or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So, are you guys superstitious at all?
No.
No.
I say no, but I have caught myself so many times, especially the last couple of years, where I would either wear a shirt multiple games until we lost. It was always until like I would never do it on purpose, and I was like, "Oh, we won the last couple of games in this shirt. I'm gonna wear it again." And then we lose. I'm like, "All right, I can't acknowledge it, and we're fine." And I remember. Go ahead.
Nope. You go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Let's say in 2024, it worked until the championship game. I think maybe I don't know the Final Four, but I know I found myself having one beer per half, and that seemed to the mojo was. I
Probably
won
helped with the nerves too.
That it did, yeah. Doing that, I don't remember championship game. I think I kind of retired that because I was like, I can't take it. But yeah, I've done the shirt thing where like if we've won a Austin, I'll wear it next time. So yes, the short answer is yes. As much as I like to say I'm not, I can't help it sometimes.
Yeah, in 23-24, I had a Purdue hockey jersey I wore, and it was undefeated until the championship game. But I found a combo. Yeah. I wore it every game last week at the Big Ten tourney, a hat sweatshirt combo. I got to keep rocking it till it no longer works. So
yep.
I am superstitious when it comes to that. So I thank my dad for that. So
yeah.
Yep.
So then I'm just like, why on earth would me wearing a shirt affect the outcome of a game some miles away?
It's like this year during the Broncos season, I had to wear the same because I'm still a jersey guy when it comes to NFL, and I have one of each of their current uniforms. I had to wear whatever they're wearing that game day. That was my superstition. So, and it worked pretty well for me this year. But yeah, I got problems. Okay, I got problems. But any final thoughts, boys, as we get ready for what hopefully is a fun week of basketball?
Here, I was watching the first four before we hopped on, and I was like, I cannot believe the tournament's here. I feel like this year has flown by.
It really has.
Downs. But no matter how it ends, I'm sad to see it go.
Mm-hmm.
February took forever, and it was miserable. Going 6 and 7 was not happy. I'm excited. In honor of Daryl Hazel.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Talking about superstition. Oh my Jesus.
Turn up the heat. Create the furnace.
Oh my God.
Cut his mic.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up what in the world is Queen's nickname? Why am I not finding it?
I thought they were the Royals.
They are the Royals. There it is. I found it. Because the mascot said Rex the Royal. Great time to get that scrolling across the bottom. That for everybody listening, it says Aaron's opinions are his own and do not necessarily reflect those of the Boiler Breakdown podcast. Couldn't say it better myself. Let's have a great week of basketball, everybody. Have a great job watching March Madness. If you're taking off Thursday, Friday, whatever you're doing, enjoy it. It's a great time of year. Let's boiler up, hammer down, beat the Royals in either the Hurricanes or the Tigers.
Get those vasectomies.